Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy DuckyTheGamer back again with another video. Now, one of the most asked questions in my entire Fortnite mobile career is what are your settings and what is your heads-up display? So finally, I think for the first time ever, I will be releasing a video on my current Fortnite mobile settings. They've been my settings for the past, I think, few months. I haven't really done much changing. Same for my heads-up display. That's really been the same since I switched to my iPad, since I've been playing Claw. So most of this stuff will be sort of my settings on my heads-up display for the foreseeable future. If I switch, Claw styles, then obviously that's going to change. But I think I've become really comfortable with my settings. So that is what I'm going to be showing you guys today. And if you do end up taking any of these settings away, or you do end up learning something from my video, feel free to use my supported creator code, Ducky. Oh no, dude. What's going on, bro? Fortnite, join my creator code for me, bro. There we go. Use creator code Ducky in the item shop. It helps me out a ton, guys. So if I end up helping you guys, then you can feel free to help me in the item shop or not. It's whatever. But let's just go ahead and hop right into the settings. So a lot of people always ask me what quality I play on, and personally, I don't think it matters too much. If you're obviously going for the crisp graphics, you're going to be rocking epic, 100%. Your game's going to lag a bunch. So I rock low, 70% 3D resolution with 60% FPS. Now, the reason I do this is because even if I play 100% low on my iPad Pro 2017, sometimes I will lag and I'll drop, to 50 FPS to 40 FPS sometimes. So 70 FPS. The game is still really crisp. It looks just about the same as 100%, but I still get full 60 FPS and everything like that. So I do show my FPS, and low power mode doesn't really matter because I'm always charging while I play, or I'm always at a high percent battery. So this tab right here is probably the section you guys want to see most for the video. So obviously matchmaking region, NA East. I live on the East Coast. It just makes the most sense. My touch sensitivity is 0.39, and let me just go ahead and tell you guys something before you just go change your settings and you get mad at me. Settings across all different devices are different. iPads sometimes, lower sensitivity. iPhones, I know people who play with 0.8, 0.9, and it works just fine for them. So the one thing out of all this that I'm going to recommend you guys take a extreme caution with is my sensitivities, because it is personal. I enjoy maybe a little bit of a slower sensitivity for aiming, especially my targeting sensitivity. This is the sensitivity when you're aimed down your sights, and I prefer a lower one. So if you guys prefer a higher one, then that's all you. This is what I've sort of come to like over the past almost year of playing this game. So if somebody tells you to use a sensitivity, try it out, but don't assume it's going to work for you. So touch sensitivity is 0.39, targeting is 0.62, the scope sensitivity is 0.72, and that is when you're zoomed in with, scoped AR or a sniper rifle or something like that. And then vertical sensitivity multiplier is when you look up, it's going to basically be like 60% as slow as it is if you would look up normally with the touch sensitivity. It's a little bit complicated, so if you don't know what a setting is, probably don't change it. This stuff doesn't really matter at all these random settings right here, so I'm not even gonna really touch on them. These as well are motion sensitivity. I do not use that. That's when you pick up your iPad and you're whoa, kind of going all over the place with that. So I'm not gonna touch on that either. Anonymous mode, if you don't want to expose yourself, then rock that. Hidden matchmaking delay. So what this is if you're a streamer, you got to use it, or you could try to use it. If I put this on 60, once I press play, Fortnite will decide between 1 and 60 seconds, a place to start the game. It's kind of confusing, and there's no point to use it if you're playing by yourself, you're not streaming or anything like that. It's really just for streamers, so I wouldn't even mess with it if I were you guys. Danger when targeting, I literally don't even know what this is. When placing a marker, if you are targeting ADS, when you ping, bro, that actually just made me more confused. So it's on, sure. Toggle sprint for controller. I turn this off, and sometimes with updates, your sprint can get messed up. So this right here, if your sprinting ever gets messed up, try toggling this. It sometimes has a weird effect. Sprint by default for controller, same thing. I don't even play with the controller. These are actually all, oh no, these are control options, not controller options. Sprint cancels reloading. That's off because if you're running around, you don't want to have to stop and reload. You're gonna get shot, you're gonna get head popped off. Toggle targeting for What is this? Controller. It's controller. That's not me. Reset building choice. Holy crap. You guys need to have this bad boy on. Jeez, dude. Jeez Louise. Reset building choice. Please put this on. It turns reset. So basically what it is every time you pull out your builds, you'll pull out with a wall first. And what's the thing you try to do when you build? You're trying to protect yourself. You're not trying to place a floor or something like that. So let's say I was ramping up with my ramps. I put away my builds. I pull them back out. They're going to be on my wall again. It is the best feature Fortnite has in this game for building and making your builds reliable. If you don't have it on, please, you're missing out. Probably a lot of people have it on. I don't even know. I think it's off by default. So if this is off by default, please reset building choice, turn it on. It might be a little bit weird to get used to, but you're gonna thank me later on down the road. Aim assist, put it on, dude. I get asked so much, what is my aim assist settings? What is this? What is that? Why do people think I play without aim assist, bro? Mobile players, I suck without aim assist. I have good aim, you know, without it, but with aim assist, it's just gonna be that much better. So you need to play with aim assist. If you don't play with it, that's all you. I don't know. Maybe you have some weird, you know, tradition or something to not play with aim assist. I don't know, dude. It's lovely. It's a necessity for me, so I definitely play with it. This is something for controller. I don't know. Turbo building, please. Turbo building, have it on. Once again, I'm assuming this is turned on by default, so you don't even have to mess with it. Turbo delete in creative. I don't know. It's creative. Auto material change. This is also huge. So when you're building and you have 100 wood, 100 brick, and 100 metal, you're going to run out of your mats pretty fast. So instead of having to manually switch between all three modes, it's basically just going to switch them for you, which is really nice when you're in build battles and when you have to, you know, focus on building and not switching your materials. Auto open doors, also very nice. It lets you focus more on the gameplay and less on tapping on doors and opening and stuff like that. It also is really clutch in some gunfights and stuff like that. I think a few PC players actually have this turned on as well, so not just for mobile. Auto pickup weapons, same thing. Sometimes you don't want to pick up a weapon, but more likely than not, you land on a gun, it's going to pick up for you. It's really nice. Consumables to the right, that's just preference. Build immediately for controller. I recommend this if you plan controller, but that's all you. And then something else. Vibration, guys, please turn this off. So one thing that I learned playing Call of Duty with a controller is that the vibrations don't really do anything to help you. You have the sound, most likely, and if not, you can at least see what's going on. So if you see the indicators, you see, you know, the gunshots you're shooting, the vibration is only gonna, you know, add a distraction. It's gonna make you focus on your hands and it's shaking. It's just gonna take away from your aim and your precision. So I've always played video games with vibration off. If you're really casual, it's not gonna matter. But if you want a little bit more of a competitive edge and an advantage, I would highly recommend to turn vibration off. My iPad doesn't have it to begin with, so I don't have to worry about that. Music volume, I hate music. Sound effects, voice chat, it's really just whatever. This stuff is literally all just preference. So those are basically my settings. I change them sometimes depending on the circumstance, but really those are pretty concrete. Now my heads up display, I don't even want to make a full video on this because it doesn't require it. This is my HUD. Feel free to copy it. I get asked all the time, can I copy your HUD? Let me use it. Dude, I don't own the rights. I haven't copyrighted this. Feel free to take it, you know, switch some things up. One thing I would recommend, though, is if you copy my HUD, don't just leave it. Make changes to it, you know, customize it, evolve it as your play style evolves. Because what I've done personally is, you know, this used to be all the way out here. Now it's, you know, barely in there. These buttons, I move, I make them bigger, smaller. I have to add buttons. So if you're going to copy somebody's HUD, feel free. Nobody has the right to their HUD. If somebody says you can't copy it, bro. Dude, it doesn't freaking matter because you can make that HUD anyways. They're not going to get, you know, they can't do anything legally or anything like that. So I would recommend if you want to copy my HUD or take pointers, something like that, feel free to. I play with 4 fingers. You know, this is my right index finger, could touch all these buttons. My left thumb is just for moving. My right index finger, all these buttons you see right here, or my left index finger is in charge of even switching materials. So my right index finger does a lot of this stuff. Over here in my my right thumb is literally just for looking around and aiming. So it's a different HUD. I know people have preferences like crazy. The extra buttons up top, you can see what I'm using and what I'm not. I do actually use the dedicated edit mode or crosshair editing. I think I'm gonna make a separate entire video on crosshair editing and how to become better and more efficient at that, because I think a lot of people don't even understand it. And even at that, you know, I've become extremely efficient with crosshair editing. I think I'm just gonna make an entirely separate video on how to become a better crosshair editor, or even do it in the first place. So this is my heads up display. Like I said, if you're gonna copy it, please change some things. This is for an iPad Pro 2018, a screen size of around 11 inches. So if you're gonna be rocking, you know, an iPhone this HUD's probably not going to work for you. If you're rocking an iPad, it'll work for you. You might have to move a few buttons around, but it'll work better than on an iPhone. I guess I could leave some other iPhone content creators down in the description below if you want to check out their videos, or at least their gameplay to check out their HUDs. I know nothing about HUDs for iPhones. I suck at making them. iPads, though, I think this is nearly a perfect HUD, at least for me, and I think a few other pro players have something similar with the hotbar setup and everything like that. So like I said, guys, if you did take away anything from this video, feel free to support me in the item shop. Technically, all I'm saying is I don't have to make this video and expose my settings. I do show these first four, but everything else is pretty top secret, confidential type stuff. So keep it on the low. Even though a bunch of people are gonna watch this video. So if you guys do want to support me, feel free to. Also, feel free to drop a like on this video if in any way, shape, or form you did learn something from my settings or from my heads-up display. Like I said, this is all extremely personal in terms of what works for me. I am a huge advocate for copying settings or HUDs, but then tweaking them, because you'll get a good aim sensitivity, but you won't get a good vertical or something like that. So please, if you're gonna copy it, like I've been saying, tweak it, change it, whatever feels good, because there's no wrong or right setting or HUD. It's all personal preference. I play pretty good, so maybe the settings are pretty good or pretty average, something like that. But other than that, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. If you have any other questions regarding to my HUD or my settings, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. If something warrants a full video, I can feel free to do that. But other than that, it has been your boy DuckyTheGamer, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.